Hey guys, so I'm back with another one. Today I'm going to discuss my trip to Key West. I specifically am going to say Key West because I didn't really get to go to like Key Largo or Marathon. We kind of drove through Marathon, Big Key, Esmeralda, Saddle Beach, and Ramrod. We drove through those, but I didn't actually like get out the car to explore. There wasn't really a lot to explore, but I only drove through those, so I'm going to specifically be talking about Key West. I just kind of want to put that out there. Okay, so we stayed at the Fairfield Marriott. The address is 2400 North Roosevelt Street Boulevard, actually. I'm going to give the hotel overall 3.8 stars. I don't really have anything bad to say about the room. I would say that it was small, but it was clean. They offer room service upon request. So when you check in, just let them know. They offer like every day, every other day, or not at all. So just make sure that you are clear with which one that you like them to do. I think we had requested every other day, but we wished that we had said every day. It's because like you need towels and toilet paper, and you don't realize like the stuff that you run out of so easily and so quickly. So just make sure that you preference which one you want, what type of room services you want. Also, parking was super easy. So where we stayed, it was near like a lot of places. It was near like a Winn-Dixie, Publix, CVS Pharmacy, Walgreens Pharmacy. There's also like a Taco Bell closed, Popeyes. There's like a Korean place that was closed. And it's also very close to Duval Street. Maybe like 9 minutes or so from the room in a car. I would say it's close to Duval Street. Didn't take us very long. And it's a very easy pattern to learn where everything is without your GPS. Like once you do it a couple of times, 1 or 2 days, you can kind of get around without a GPS. That's how like close knit and kind of like small it is around there. You kind of learn the streets pretty quickly. But where we stayed, I would recommend it because it is close. It's like 9 minutes in a car to Duval Street when that's kind of where everything is located or everything is happening. So would recommend due to location as well. So cons for me staying at the 2400 North Roosevelt Boulevard Fairfield Marriott. Cons for me, I can only say about two. One that I was kind of like, I didn't really care for was that they bill everything to your room. So let's say you go down to the tiki bar downstairs where we went, and you want like some lunch and you want to get some drinks. They kind of bill everything to your room. You can't like pay as you go. Me and my sister tried to like pull out our debit cards and pay as we went. And he was like, "Oh no, everything gets billed to your room." And I didn't really like that. I'm a pay as you go kind of girl, but that was a con for me. Some people they're fine with that, but for me it was kind of like I don't really care for that. The second thing I have to say that was a con was, but it wasn't too bad. It was the pool. The pool had some little floaties in there. I feel like they could do a little bit better job with maintaining the pool. It wasn't horrible, but it was noticeable to me. Some of the floaties and a few bugs and stuff that was kind of in there. That I felt like they could do a little bit better with maintaining the pool, but it wasn't unmanageable. It was still kind of overall it was fine. But just something that I noticed. But those are the only two cons that I really felt like I wanted to kind of touch on. Okay, so we're going to start off with pricing. You'll see me looking down at my notes so I don't forget anything. In my opinion, the prices are not astronomical. It depends on where you go. Like me and my sister, we went to Fergardi / Flying Monkey. You'll see it in my first video. We had gotten this insulated bottle here. This was only $12 with alcohol in it. Slush alcohol in it, $12. The refills were only $9. So to me, that's pretty good. I guess it just depends on where you go. I also got like a cheesesteak there, a chicken cheesesteak there. That was only $16, came with fries. My sister got like a fish sandwich. That was like $16, $17 as well. That came with fries. So in my opinion, it depends on where you go. I didn't think that was out of the ordinary. We also went to Hard Rock Cafe. We got a burger. Well, I got a burger. It was like $16 for that. Charlotte's Cafe, that's also a place that I also put in my first video. Pricing was like between $17 to $22 depending on what you got. We had like the little canned beers, that those were like $5 to $7. Yeah, so basically like the food, in my opinion, depending on where you go, were not crazy. And all these places that I named were on Duval Street. So I guess you have to ask yourself, like, what's expensive to you? In my opinion, $16, $17 for a sandwich, I pay that at home. Long Island's or drinks at home that I drink are like $12, $13. We went to Rick's. That's like a bar. It's not really a club. It's more like a bar, in my opinion. The Long Island there was $10, which was to me like super affordable. So you have to ask yourself what's expensive to you, and it also depends on where you go. Again, I don't think those prices were crazy, but people were telling me before we got there, like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, you're not gonna be able to afford it. But I feel like depends on where you go, it's affordable. So safety, I definitely have to say this is one of the most safe places I have ever traveled to. And the locals will tell you the same. You can definitely, like, me and my sister got like this golf cart. You can leave the key in it, walk away. You don't have to worry about anybody like taking anything or trying to steal anything. Super safe. I was walking down the street, like, I want to say it was like maybe 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I felt super safe. People are like skateboarding next to you, like super nice, walking, still riding their bikes at night. So I felt super safe here, and I have to say it's one of the like safer places I have ever traveled to. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about here. Let your hair down, you can let your guard down a little bit. Don't have to worry about getting robbed or anything crazy. It's just a very safe place to travel to. So I've got to give it its kudos for that. My sister and I had rented a red Mustang, stuck out like a sore thumb, but no one bothered it. No one touched it. Came back. It was fine. Like, so I just have to say super safe. So I want to talk about the crowd. So overall, the crowd is more older, mature, retired type vibes. I want to say like 30s and up primarily are there. If you're looking for like a younger crowd, Duval Street's probably where you're going to be at, where you're going to want to hang out at. You'll probably see like, I'd say like late 20s and up at like the bars and places, restaurants slash bars. They don't really have clubs. It's more like restaurants slash bars there that you'll see people hanging out at. And again, Duval Street's kind of where you're going to see like the younger crowd. But overall, I just have to warn you, it's an older, mature crowd, more like retirees coming there to relax and just kind of have like a good time. But if you're looking for like young 20s, and younger, like this probably isn't the place for you to go. But if you're looking for just like a laid back time, it's going to be like an older, mature 30s plus mature retired crowd. So the excursions. So I didn't personally plan the excursions this time around, but I do have pricing on what we paid when we went, and I'll be looking down so I don't like forget anything. So the excursions can be a little pricey, again, depending on what you do. So there was a museum, there was like a ghost tour slash museum, about $30-ish a person. It was the East Martello Museum. This museum is actually near the airport, almost like right next to the airport, actually. If you're into like ghost hunting and paranormal, this would be something that you'd want to do. There's the infamous Robert the Doll at this museum. I chickened out. I did not. Well, I went in, but I could not go through with it. My sister, she did it. She was a trooper. She actually went through the tour. She said it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too scary. But if you're into that, like paranormal, that type of stuff, if you want to see the infamous Robert the Doll, if you don't know who that is, just Google it. It's like this haunted doll. It was too much for me, so I couldn't go in. But if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. It was like $30-ish a person for that tour slash museum. So if you're into that, feel free. $30-ish a person. I feel like that was like super affordable. The next thing we did was the sip and sail. It's a cruise. That was $75 a person. Was really fun. You'll see it in my first video. There's a guy that like sings. He's sitting and he's like playing the guitar. It's super nice, super chill. He was super entertaining and funny. So that was really nice. It was something to do. But again, that was $75 a person. It does come with drinks. The drinks are not, well, they do have top shelf. They offer top shelf, but you're going to get like standard, regular, like bottom shelf that comes with the cruise. But if you want to upgrade to top shelf, the upgrade is like $20 where you can get the top tier type liquor. They'll give you a band so they know that you've already paid for top shelf liquor. But I mean, it's not too bottom shelf. Well, some of it is. They have like Aristocrat and some other things, but you can request certain liquors. They'll tell you if it's top shelf premium or if it's something that you can get. But it was a nice cruise. It was like over an hour, maybe an hour 30, I want to say. But it was super fun. Just can be a little bit pricey. So $75 a person for that. But that does include the regular tier drinks. Again, if you want to upgrade, you can pay the $20 for upgraded liquor. The other thing we did the Conch train tour. That was about $43 a person. Lasted about an hour. I do recommend that just so you can tour the city and see what they've got to offer. It was really nice. Took you around like Duval Street, a few other streets near it. So I would check it out. It was worth it. It was nice. They let you get off. You go in the souvenir shops. They'll also pick up other people at certain stop stations. So that was cute and cool. Kind of glad we did that. I did not do these next two things that I'm going to name. The parasailing. I researched that price. It was about $80 a person for parasailing out there. Also, jet skiing. That one was... I think I put $160 a person here. That's a little pricey. Yeah, but on the website, even Viator for this one was a little bit pricey. It was about $160 per person for jet skis, and the parasailing was $80. But also look for deals. You know, don't just go with the first thing that people try to sell you. Of course, when you go to these hotels, there's concierge. They're going to try to sell you at the highest price they can. See if you can talk them down. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Also, look at Viator.com. Go on Groupon.com. Compare pricing. I stress that. Compare pricing. Do not just go with the first thing that you see. You probably can get it cheaper with someone else or on a website somewhere. But my first two go-tos for checking out pricing and comparing pricing, Viator and Groupon, I go there and check out pricing. And sometimes concierge will give you a deal, but that's not the first place I would start. But again, I didn't do the parasailing, we didn't do the jet skis, but these were the prices that I researched for Key West that they were offering. But again, please do your research and try to get the cheapest price that you can. Okay, guys, Duval Street. Woo! This is the street that they talk about. I have to agree, this is the street where everything is basically happening. If you're looking to party, if you're looking for restaurants, if you're looking for bars, this is where you're going to go. It's kind of really the only place to really go in Key West. It's not like there's a spot here, a spot there, like in Miami. Here, it's kind of like there's this long street of bars and restaurants, and if you're looking to have a good time and hang out, even during the daytime, this is kind of where you're going to hang out at. Some of the places that are on Duval Street, you'll probably hear about Sloppy Joe's, Fat Tuesdays, Irish Pub, Amigos, Rick's. Those are kind of more of the more famous places to hang out at. Fogarty's / Flying Monkey. Those are some of the places that people tend to check out. Rick's, especially at nighttime, you'll see in my first video, that place can get a little packed, but it's fun. Drinks are affordable. They've got like a downstairs and an upstairs where you can hang out at. They've got nice bars, a bar here, a bar there. So it's nice. Rick's was really nice. There's also like a tiki bar that's close by as well. So it was a really good time. But if you're looking to hang out, this is where your 20-somethings and up are. But the dress codes are like really low key. You can do like shorts and a tank. Even the guys, there's no real dress code, like shorts and a like cute little button up, or, you know, it was great. Like there's nothing, you don't have to get like super dressed up. It's very like low key, kind of wear what you do in the daytime to one of the bars at night. You don't have to do a lot of dressing up. One thing I liked was no covers where we went. I can't speak for every single bar on Duval Street, but we did go to Rick's, no cover. There was a tiki bar we went to, no cover. We almost went into Sloppy Joe's, but we didn't. But there was no cover there either. So I do like that, because back home where I'm from, like there's cover charges everywhere you go. Even at the bar, sometimes they try to give you a cover charge. So there weren't any covers, which to me was a plus. But if you're looking for things to do, Duval Street is where you're going to hang out at, is where you're going to go. Fat Tuesdays on Duval. There's 2 Fat Tuesdays. There's one like there's one actually on Duval Street, and there's one kind of at the corner. You'll see. It's like one at the corner, but there's 2 Fat Tuesdays. But the one that's more jumping, more popping is the one that's actually on Duval Street. And that one, we walked by there, and that one was pretty live as well. So Duval Street's where, you're going to have the fun. If you're looking for something to do, if you're looking for some nightlife, that's where you'll go to have fun. So the only beach we really went to, unfortunately, was the Clarence Higgs beach. You'll see that in my first video. The water wasn't really like as clear as I had thought it was going to be. I actually saw clearer water at South Beach, Miami. I was a little disappointed. I was like, I thought this water was going to be like clear, man. But it wasn't. You'll see. It's a little murky-ish. But nonetheless, it was a nice beach overall. Big enough. People were like laying out, having a good time. It is close to the Fairfield Marriott that we stayed as well. So we kind of checked that one out. We actually took the golf cart down there, parked the golf cart, and kind of just walked. So that beach was nice. You'll also see a lot of roosters around, all around Key West. I mean, the roosters are just roostering. They are just everywhere, right? I had never seen that before, but it was kind of cool. It was nice though, but there's a lot of them. They are everywhere. We almost saw 2 roosters break out in a fight. It was just funny. But they are everywhere. So look out for the roosters. Do not try to run over the roosters. I think they have like some rules and regulations if you try to like harm the roosters. So please just be wary of the roosters. They don't bother you if you don't bother them. And one last thing about Clarence Higgs Beach, the parking is easy. So don't panic too much about that. It is easy to find parking. So things to do in Key West. I have to really stress that primarily this is a place to come and do like water sport type of activities and to kind of just lay out beach bum type vibes. Those are like the 2 primary things that you're going to do in Key West. If you're not into a lot of water activities or just kind of laying out and relaxing, this is probably not the place for you, because that is primarily what there is to do. That and of course Duval Street, where there's a lot of bars and restaurants. This is not like South Beach, where you're going to be like turning up in the streets and like there's a club here, bar here, doing all like South Beach is a lot going on. Key West is more calm, relaxed type vibes. So I have to make sure that people coming here aren't looking for a South Beach type of environment, because if you are, you're going to be highly disappointed. So if you're coming here to lay out, relax, beach, bum it out, water sports and parasailing, jet skis, cruises, that kind of thing, that is what there is to primarily do here. So I just want to make sure that I stress that this is a very scenic type place where you're just coming to relax and chill. We did drive through, I think I said this earlier, but we did drive through Big Key, Marathon, Esmeralda, Saddle Bunch, Ramrod. We were trying to make it to Key Largo, but the drive through those was like an hour and a half already. And I had to pee, TMI, but I had to pee. It was a long drive and but a very nice scenic drive, but it's a long drive. And we were like, oh, this is just taking us too long to get to Key Largo. And we gave up. But I wish we would have just kept going, because we weren't too far from Key Largo. We were already an hour and a half in. So I wish we kind of would have just kept going. If anyone goes to Key Largo, feel free to comment below and tell me how it was. But so I can only really talk about Key West. But next time I go, hopefully we will make it to Key Largo. But you'll see in the first video, it's a very scenic type of place. You'll look left, you'll look right. We rode the 7 Mile Bridge. That was really nice. Just kind of have your music going and riding. So it was nice, but I just kind of want a preference for the folks who are looking for like a party, a Miami type party. This is not it. This is a more relaxed, low key type place. So I just want to stress that if you're looking for that, you want to go ahead and just stay over South Beach. But Key West is more for the relaxed, chill type crowd. So in conclusion, would I go back? The question of the hour. Yeah, I would go back now that I know what to expect. I wouldn't come here looking for like a party. I would come here to get away, chill, and basically relax. So as long as you're fine with like relaxing and chilling, that's all good. I don't think you need more than like 2 to 3 days in Key West. You can do Key West, in my opinion, in 1 to 2 days. Unless you're just here to just completely vibe out, chill, and just enjoy the waves at the beach, and you want to stay longer than that, fine. But if you're thinking this is going to be like a really hustle, bustle, busy place, no. You could do Key West in a day or two and like feel like you've done everything there is to do at Key West. So just have to like preference that. I don't feel like you need a long time in Key West. Just like you don't really need a long time in Vegas. Like you need a couple days in Vegas and then you're like done with Vegas until you get the itch again. So I just kind of want to tell people, if you're trying to plan a vacation and you're trying to figure out how long do I need to plan for, I would say you can do it within 2 to 3 days, unless you are solely coming here to lay out and chill and beach bum it. You could probably do longer, but again, there's not a whole lot to do. So you could do it within like 2 to 3 days and still feel like you've completed and done everything and check Key West off of your box.